Hello, everyone. Amanda Williams, MD, MPH, here with you today, and I want to talk about nutrients that are incredibly beneficial when it comes to eye health. We know that there are millions of Americans who suffer from things like age related macular degeneration, and this is why we certainly want to make sure that we take care of our eyes. We want to see our way to good eye health. And there are certain nutrients that are definitely essential, especially with our high tech world that we live in now and all of the light emitting devices such as your cell phone, your laptops, your televisions. You want to make sure that you're getting adequate carotenoids into your daily routine to really help to stave off that blue light and that UV damage that can occur within the retina. So we want to protect the lens, the retina, your macula, all of these. We want to make sure that we are very comprehensive in our approach to eye health. So this is why I wanted to talk about a few different nutrients that can be very beneficial if you add them to your routine. So we can look at the Macula Advance, for example. This is a comprehensive blend of key vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that really help to zero in on the areas within the eye that we know suffer from much more damage because of the environments to which we live in. So when we think about oxidative stress coming from air pollutants and we think about the UV, we definitely want to make sure that we have that broad spectrum of carotenoids on board, including things like lutein, zeaxanthin, NAC. That's very important because the N-acetylcysteine, which is in the Macula Advanced formulation, helps to enhance glutathione production. And the more glutathione that we have on board, the better we can do for fending off all of that oxidative stress. So this is a fabulous formulation, but I don't want to just stop there because I also want to think about other ways that you can support your eye health. So we can look at things like the oranges. HX. So this is going to be the powdered formulation that you can certainly just mix in with some water. Really good way to heighten your body's ability to fend off once again at UV and from the light emitting devices as well as from the sun, as well as giving you a lot of antioxidants to really support the optic nerve and any of the tiny little blood vessels and capillaries that feed into the eye. We know that diet is a driving force along with environmental factors and those light emitting devices when it comes to things like age related macular degeneration. There are probably 10 million Americans. It's probably actually much higher than that because we're talking about people who have been diagnosed with age related macular degeneration. But when we look at the long term implication. I mean, this can lead to significant disabilities because the vision loss is progressive over time and it's very difficult to reverse that if you can at all, which is why you always want to be proactive when it comes to your eye health. But they've done studies, and the American Academy of Ophthalmology actually published a study showing the impact of diet and age related macular degeneration, showing that those who adhered to a Mediterranean diet had an over 40% lowered risk of the development of age related macular degeneration. Yes, the American Academy of Ophthalmology. This is their study saying Mediterranean diet, you adhere to that, 40% lowered risk for developing age related macular degeneration. Now we can look at the British Medical Journal and their division of ophthalmology. They actually published their findings of a dietary intake longitudinal study that they were doing, and they found that higher intake of daily tea consumption. We know that over in the UK, people love their tea, and tea is consumed throughout the world, but especially when we think about in England. So they found that those who had the highest consumption of tea had a 74% lowered risk of developing glaucoma. So that's the issue with the eye pressure problem. 74% lowered risk just from consuming tea. So this is why I wanted to talk about other nutrients because we have our green tea TX, our white tea TX, for example. Those are the liquid tinctures that you could simply just add in. You can drink that hot or cold. It doesn't really matter since it's the summer. Most people would probably prefer it maybe in a glass with some ice. So, but this is a great way to get the power of those catechins into your daily routine. So it's not just taking the macula advanced formulation. We can also look, as I mentioned, the oranges HX, the reds HX. That's packed once again with power antioxidants that really help to stave off so much of that oxidative stress and damage that occurs within the eye. And remember, once you have significant eye damage, it's very difficult to reverse this. So you do want to be proactive in the approach. And I always say we don't even know the long-term implications from things such as your cell phone and your laptops and your televisions because they haven't done the studies far enough out to say, okay, you've been sitting in front of a computer screen for X amount of years. Now let's, trend that out and look at the rate of damage when you're looking at cataracts, age-related macular degeneration, and even glaucoma. So we want to make sure that we maintain our vision throughout our life. So diet matters, those matter as well. So go to our website, check out those different formulations. The green tea TX, really good option. Looking at the oranges HX as well as the macula advanced. And I will be back with you in a few more days to talk about more wonderful nutrients available at InVite Health. Thank you.